Well, as many of you know, I've been rereading the Tom Clancy books in Jack Ryan timeline order, just looking for sort of hints on whether or not he was getting tips or advice from somebody inside the government. I've made it up to Dead of Honor, which the main, like Tom Clancy always does, there's like 15 storylines. But the main storyline in this one is sort of an economic attack on the United States that I'll dig into details into a long form video. But one of the things he brought up early on, and I'm only in like chapter 6, is our economy and Japan's economy, the main one that we're talking about in this book. And he's talking about Japan specifically here. The economy is based up on real estate, the stock market, lots of things having this value to them. And the money in these cases is largely sort of a work of fiction because modern monetary theory says it's not really backed by anything. And you can say, "Ooh, crypto." No, I'm not talking about it. It doesn't matter. It's all just it's all just data in a computer someplace. Crypto dollars, it's all kind of just made up numbers in a computer at some level. We've just all kind of agreed on the value of one of those, and even that can go up and down. But his point that he brings up pretty early on is what happens if the book value of real estate or the book value of the stock market doesn't reflect reality, and it's artificially jacked up to some insane level. And then all of a sudden we go, hold on, that's nuts. That's not real. Let's put it where it really belongs. And that usually happens pretty damn quick. So what happens in the case when you got a real estate market? I mean, in the book, you brought up real estate that has been propped up on some just fishy kind of valuations and some insane ways of all these transactions and money being hidden there from large corporations to prop those numbers up really high and say, oh, look, my book value is here because I bought it at this and therefore that's the book value. Well, what if that's not real? What if that's not really supported by anything because you can't sell it? So like, take all the corporate investment houses and all the rental properties that are out there. Let's say they all get dumped on the market tomorrow. Current interest rates, there's no first-time home buyers that can afford most of that stuff. That market's going to come crashing down in value. So what does that do to the economy of the United States or Japan or whoever? Not good things. So Tom Clancy kind of nails it again with this book. He's a brilliant guy, and I'm convinced he was getting help. Talk to everybody soon.